Hello everyone, this is Dr. Malti, Department of Biology in GSI PU College. Welcome to the session number 5. We'll continue with the same chapter, that is the principles of inheritance and variation. In the last sessions or previous sessions, we studied Mendel's first law, second law, incomplete dominance, multiple alleles, pleiotropy, polygenes, and then coming to the next is the linkage and crossing over. Now coming to the next important topic, sex-linked inheritance. So as the name itself indicates, sex-linked inheritance, inheritance of character located on the sex chromosome. First, you need to understand what is meant by chromosomes. Chromo refers to color, soma refers to body. Colored body that is present inside the nucleus. So there are two types of chromosomes. The one is said to be autosomes, second one is allosomes. Autosomes are also known as somatic chromosome. Allosomes are also known as sex chromosome. So there are two types of chromosome, autosome and allosome. Autosomes are also known as somatic chromosome and allosomes are said to be sex chromosome. Autosomes means these are the chromosome does not associated with the sex of an individual, and allosomes are nothing but it is said to be sex chromosome, so that it determines the sex of an individual. In case of human beings, we have 46 chromosome. Out of this, 44 are said to be autosomes and the remaining 2 are said to be allosomes. In case of male, there is a presence of X and Y chromosome. In case of female, there is a presence of X and X chromosome. So, what is meant by chromosome? Colored bodies present inside the nucleus. There are two types, autosomes, allosomes. Autosomes does not associated with the sex of an individual. Allosomes are the sex chromosome that identifies the sex of an individual, so that in case of human beings we have 46 chromosome. Out of this, 44 are said to be autosomes, remaining 2 are said to be sex chromosome. In case of males, there is a presence of X and Y chromosome. In case of female, there is a presence of 2 X chromosome. Now coming to the next is sex-linked inheritance. Inheritance of character located on the sex chromosome. So that we have how many types of sex chromosome? We have only 2 types of sex chromosome. The one is said to be Y, second one is said to be X. So that there are 2 types of sex-linked inheritance. One is said to be Y-linked inheritance. Next is X-linked inheritance. Inheritance of character located on the Y chromosome. Inheritance of character located on the X chromosome. Now coming to the first one, Y-linked inheritance. As the name itself indicates, here inheritance of character that is located on the Y chromosome. So that the best example is Hollandric gene. Hollandric gene, or also known as hypertrichosis. Y-linked inheritance, inheritance of character located only on the Y chromosome. That means there will be a transmission of character only from male to male, father to son, like that. That is said to be Y-linked inheritance. Best example is Hollandric Hollandric genes, athwa it is also known as hypertrichosis. What is meant by this hypertrichosis or Hollandric genes? Hyper, more, trichosis, development of hairy growth on ear pinna. That is the Y-linked inheritance that usually transmitted from only male to male. So, what is meant by Hollandric gene or hypertrichosis? Development of hairy growth on the ear pinna, so that it is present only in males. So, that is said to be Y-linked inheritance. Now, coming to the next is X-linked inheritance. Inheritance of character located on the X chromosome, so that it is present in both males and females. So, what's meant by X-linked inheritance? Inheritance of character located on the X chromosome. That means it is the sex chromosome, so that it is present in both males and females. So, in your syllabus it has been mentioned that you are going to study two examples. The first one is color blindness, also known as Daltonism. Have you heard of this word color blindness? It is nothing but it's an inability to identify red and green color. ಒಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ರೆಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗದಿದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಕಾಲ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕಲರ್ ಬ್ಲೈಂಡ್ನೆಸ್, ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಡಾಲ್ಟನಿಸಮ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ meant by ಡಾಲ್ಟನಿಸಮ್? Inability to identify red and green color. Red and green color due to the recessive gene that is present only on the X chromosome. So, how do you define color blindness or the Daltonism? It's a recessive X-linked inheritance. It's a recessive gene that is present on the X chromosome, so that inability to identify red and green color, that is said to be Daltonism. In 1 mark question, maybe what is meant by this protanopia? Protanopia, that means inability to identify only red color. ಕೆಲವರಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಡ್ ಕಲರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಕಾಲ್? ಪ್ರೋಟೋನೋಪಿಯಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟರೋನೋಪಿಯಾ, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ inability to identify only green color. That is said to be deuteranopia. So, inability to identify red and green color, that is said to be what do you call? It is color blindness. How you are going to identify the individuals? That is, you have to observe one of the example. Here, coming to the first is the parents normal female marries color blind male. Here, normal female. So, females are represented by 2X chromosome, male is represented by X and Y chromosome. So, normal female, so you have to take it as it is a dominant gene, that is capital C, capital C. Color blind male, it is the recessive gene located on the X chromosome, so you have to write it as small c. This is nothing but Y chromosome. So, the normal female marries colorblind male. These are the genotype. Now, coming to the first generation, you have to cross this. This one is crossed with this. So, here this is big C and this one is small c. Again, this one is crossed with this. big C, small c. Then coming to this one is crossed with the Y chromosome. So this is big C and this is Y, and then this one with this big C and this is Y. Now these two are said to be female because there is a presence of two X chromosome, and these two are said to be males. Now you have to identify this. These two are nothing but normal female but carriers. Why these females are said to be carriers? They carry a particular gene that is nothing but color blindness. Small c is there, small c is there. These are the carriers, but it cannot express because there is a presence of dominant gene. Normal gene is there, so that this color blind cannot be expressed though, but they carries. Now these two are said to be males normal. Male normal. Now coming to the next generation, if this carrier female, I will write it here, carrier female marries normal male, what happens in the next generation? You have to cross this. This one is with this, that is big C and big C, and this one with this big C, small c. Now this one with this, that is big C, and this one with the Y chromosome, that is small c. Now you have to identify the offspring. This is said to be normal female. This is said to be normal female but carrier, and this is normal male, and this is said to be color blind male. So now if a normal female marries colorblind male, what happens? Here these two are the normal female, this is colorblind male. That means there is a presence of recessive gene located on the X chromosome, and these are the first generation. The females are said to be normal but they are carrier for the gene that is responsible for color blindness, and then this carrier female marries normal male. In the next generation, what happens? 50 here. In this case, these two are said to be females. So in case of females, 50% of the female is said to be normal, and remaining 50% of the female is normal but they are carrier, and 50% of the males are said to be normal, and the remaining 50% of the male is said to be color blind. So that it is a transmission of character from father to grandson through F1 females are said to be criss-cross inheritance. Criss-cross inheritance. So what is meant by criss-cross inheritance? It is a transmission of character from father to grandson through their F1 daughters or F1 females. So this is said to be criss-cross inheritance, and it is also said to be skip generation. So color blindness or Daltonism, it is nothing but it is the inability to identify red and green color. It is a recessive gene located on the X chromosome, so that it is present in both males and females. If a normal female marries colorblind male in the first generation, the females are said to be normal, but they are carrier. This carrier female marries normal male in the next generation. 50% of the males are said to be colorblind, and here this is said to be the transmission of character from the father into the grandson through F1. Daughters are said to be criss-cross inheritance. It is also known as KIP generation. This is the first example, that is color blindness. Now coming to the second example, hemophilia. Hemophilia. It's another type of sex-linked inheritance, that is X-linked inheritance, due to the absence of anti-hemophilic factor. So, if there is a minute injury takes place, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೀಗ ಒಂದು ಚೂರು ಗಾಯ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, after few seconds blood clot ಆಗುತ್ತೆ due to the presence of clotting factor. Urally ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, there is an absence of anti-hemophilic factor, so that the minute injury that finally results in continuous bleeding finally results in death. This is said to be hemophilia. It was first identified in a family, that is the Queen Victoria family, therefore it is said to be royal disease. It is a recessive gene, X-linked inheritance, that is present on the X chromosome due to the absence of anti-hemophilic factor that results in continuous bleeding, finally results in death. So there are two types of hemophilia. Hemophilia A, hemophilia B. In hemophilia A, there is an absence of clotting factor 8. In hemophilia B, there is an absence of clotting factor 9. So, due to the absence of this clotting factor, what happens? That results in a continuous bleeding. Now, you have to understand again the same thing here, how there will be a X-linked inheritance that takes place in hemophilia. Now, coming to the parents, normal male or non-hemophilic female marries hemophilic male. Now coming to the genotypes. So here non-hemophilic female, same thing, 2X chromosome, and here capital H. And hemophilic male, that is, it is a recessive gene present on X chromosome. So in the first generation, you have to cross this one with this, and this one with this, and this one with the Y chromosome, that is capital H, the same thing, this one with the Y chromosome. So here there are 4 offspring. These two are said to be the same thing, the non-hemophilic female, but they are carriers. They carry a hemophilic gene, and these two are said to be normal male or non-hemophilic male. Now, this carrier female is crossed with or marries, carrier female marries non-hemophilic male. In the next generation, you have to cross this one with this one with this, and this with the H, and this with this. So here, these are the next generation. Same thing, this is the normal or the non-hemophilic female, normal hemophilic, but they are carrier female, and this is the normal male, and this is the hemophilic male. Same thing. That means how the genes are or the X-linked inheritance that takes place, the transmission of character from where? From father to grandson through their daughters are said to be, what do you call? Here, criss-cross inheritance. So, what is meant by criss-cross inheritance? It is the transmission of character from father to grandson through their daughters are said to be criss-cross inheritance. This is about the X-linked inheritance. So, what is meant by sex-linked inheritance? Inheritance of character located on the sex chromosome. So, there are two types of sex chromosome. The one is said to be X, second one is said to be Y. And then there are two types of inheritance. The first one is Y-linked inheritance. That means the transmission of character from father to son, because Y chromosome present only in case of males. So, the best example is hypertrichosis, development of hairy growth like or hair-like structure on the ear pinna. That is the best example for Y-linked inheritance. Coming to the X-linked inheritance, inheritance of character located on the X chromosome, so that it is present in both males and females. You studied, I hope you understood two important examples. The first one is the color blindness, daltonism, inability to identify red and green color. Second one is a hemophilia. It is said to be bleeder's disease, small injury that results in continuous bleeding because there is an absence of anti-hemophilic factor. In both the cases, what happens? You can see there will be a transmission of character from father to grandson through F1 females. Now coming to the next topic, sex determination. As the name itself indicates, determination of sex of an individual. I think you already understood. There are two types of chromosomes, autosomes, allosomes. Autosomes does not associated with the sex of an individual. Allosome that determines the sex of an individual. So, sex determination means it is a determination of sex of an individual due to the presence of sex chromosome. In case of males, there is a presence of X and Y. In case of female, there is a presence of X and X chromosome. Now coming to the next is, there are two different types of sex determination. The first is heterogametic males. Next is heterogametic female. As the name itself indicates, heterogametic male. Male has a capacity to produce two types of gametes. Here, heterogametic female, female has a capacity to produce two types of gametes. Here, there are two types. Examples. The first one is XX, XY type and XX, X0 type, and here you are going to study only one type, that is ZZ, ZW type. So these two are the best example for heterogametic male. That means the male has a capacity to produce two types of gametes, and here the female has a capacity to produce two types of gametes. So XX and XY type, best example is man and Drosophila. XX and X0 type is, example is grasshopper and cockroach. ZZ and ZW type, best example is birds, butterfly, fishes, etc. So this is very important. So here, coming to the first one is heterogametic male. Male has a capacity to produce two types of gametes. Female has a capacity to produce two types of gametes. Here you are going to study XX, XY type, it is present in man and Drosophila. XX, X0 type present in grasshopper and cockroach. Heterogametic females, you are going to study ZZ, ZW type, so that the female has a capacity to produce two types of gametes, and it is present in birds, fishes, moths, butterfly, etc. Now coming to the first one, XX and XY type. First type is XX, XY type of sex determination. It's the best example for heterogametic male. Male has a capacity to produce two types of gametes. Now coming to the first is the parents. I think you already understood there is a presence of autosomes and allosomes. In case of human beings, we have how many types of chromosome? 46 chromosomes are there. So out of this, 44 are said to be autosome and only the 2 are said to be allosomes or sex chromosome. So here, coming to the XX and XY type, the parents are now autosomes plus XX chromosome. That means 44 plus XX, so this is said to be female. Cross with autosome plus XY, so autosome 44 plus XY, that is said to be male. This is about the parents. Now coming to the gametes. So in gametic condition, what happens? Autosome plus one of the X chromosome separates. Same thing, autosome plus one of the X chromosome. Gametes are always indicated or written within the circle because it is haploid in nature. Here, A autosome plus X, males has a capacity to produce two types A plus Y. So here, these two are the gametes produced by the female. These two are the gametes produced by the male. Now you can observe A plus X, A plus X, same type of gametes. So here A plus X, A plus Y, there is a presence of two types of gametes are produced, therefore the male is said to be heterogametic. Now fertilization takes place. What is fertilization? It is the fusion of male gamete with the female gamete. You have to cross this. AA plus XX, AA plus XX, AA plus XY and AA plus XY. So, there is a presence of 2X chromosome, then the individual is said to be female. Same thing, presence of 2X chromosome, individual is female. Here you can see presence of X and Y chromosome. These two individuals are said to be male. This is how we are identifying sex determination. XX, XY type of sex determination, that means it is an example for heterogametic male, so that the male has a capacity to produce two types of gametes. So parents are autosome plus sex chromosome, autosome plus sex chromosome, male in case of XY. So these are the gametes. So male produces two types of gametes, therefore it is said to be heterogametic. During fertilization, that means when the male and the female gametes are fused, that process is said to be fertilization or syngamy. Here you can see there is a presence of 2X chromosome, then the individual is said to be female. Here there is a presence of X and Y, the individual is said to be male. Coming to the next is next is XX and X0 type of sex determination. It is seen in grasshopper and cockroach. It is also a best example for heterogametic male. Coming to the parents here. Same thing, autosomes plus XX. This is said to be female, cross with AA autosome plus X0. This is said to be male. Now coming to the gametes. A plus X, A plus X. Here is A plus X, A plus 0. Coming to the next is fertilization. You have to cross with this AA plus XX, AA plus XX, AA plus XO, AA plus XO. Now you have to identify the offsprings. Presence of 2X chromosomes, which indicates these two are said to be female. Presence of X and 0, these two individuals are said to be male. So here also you can see the males has a capacity to produce two types of gametes. A plus X is a one type, A plus 0 without X. This is another type, therefore it comes under heterogametic male. So here XX and X0 type of sex determination, it is seen in grasshopper and cockroach. Coming to the parents, the females are presence of 2X chromosome, male there is a presence of X and 0, so that male has a capacity to produce A plus X, one type of gamete, A plus O, another type of gamete. During fertilization, you can see there is a presence of what? X and X chromosome, which indicates the individual is the female, and presence of X and 0, which indicates the individual is identified as it is a male. Now coming to the last type of sex determination. ZW type. It is seen in birds and fishes, etc. So ZZZW type of sex determination, it is the best example for heterogametic female. Females has a capacity to produce two types of gametes. Now coming to the parents. Autosomes plus ZZ cross with autosome plus ZW. Here ZZ, it is nothing but it is a male, because the males are produce similar type of gametes and the females are produce dissimilar type of gametes. Therefore, it comes under heterogametic female. Now coming to the gametes, A plus Z, A plus Z. Here A plus Z, one type of gamete, A plus W, another type of gamete. Coming to the fertilization. You have to fuse with this. A plus ZZ, A plus ZZ, A plus ZW, A plus ZW. Now, you have to identify the individual. These individual ZZ, these two individuals are said to be, what do you call? Males, because that produces similar gametes, and ZW is nothing but that is female, so that the individuals are said to be female. So this is how we are going to identify the sex of an individual. ZW type of sex determination, it is an example for heterogametic females. And here this is the male, that is ZZ, and Z here A plus ZZ, that is nothing but male, and A plus ZW, it is the female. Female has a capacity to produce two types of gametes. The one is A plus Z, A plus W is another type. And during the fertilization or the fusion, what happens? A autosome plus ZZ indicates this is the individual is said to be male, and here A plus ZW, A plus ZW, which indicates this is the female. This is about how the sex determination that takes place in an individual due to the presence of autosomes and allosomes. Allosomes are very important. Allosomes are nothing but sex chromosomes. Coming to the last aspect, mutation. Mutation, it is a sudden change. It is a sudden change in a gene or maybe the sequence of DNA that results in permanently change in the phenotype and genotype of an organism, that is said to be mutation. It was first discovered by Hugo de Varis, and he was the first person to propose a theory that is said to be mutation theory. So what is meant by mutation now? It is a sudden change mainly due to the change in the gene or maybe the change in the sequence of DNA, so that there will be a permanent change in both genotype and phenotype of an organism. If there is a change in a particular base pair, particular point, then it is said to be, what do you call? Point mutation. What is meant by point mutation? It is the change in a particular sequence in the DNA, that is said to be point mutation. Best example is sickle cell anemia. We are going to study this later. So sickle cell anemia, it is nothing but it is a type of a disorder in which what happens, the RBC becomes sickle shape due to the presence of defective hemoglobin. Due to the presence of defective hemoglobin, RBC becomes sickle shape that results in death of an individual. So the substance which causes mutation, those substances are normally said to be mutagens. So some of the X-ray or it may be the ionizing radiation and gamma radiation. These are all the best example for mutagens. Mutagens are nothing but these are the agent that causes mutation. So in this session, I think I hope you understood sex-linked inheritance. What is meant by sex-linked inheritance? There are two types, Y-linked and X-linked inheritance. And here you studied the examples. X-linked inheritance, there are two examples. One is daltonism or color blindness. Second one is the hemophilia. And then you understood sex determination. It is an identification of a sex of an individual. So there are two types, heterogametic male, heterogametic female, and lastly you understood this mutation. It is nothing but it is a sudden change. Thank you.